Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Rachel Paul. I'm so excited to be here with you today. We are going to be talking about weight loss myths busted by a nutritionist, which is me. So let's talk about weight loss myths about calories, different types of foods, mindset. I'm so excited to get into it. All right, let's talk about my 10 weight loss myths busted by a nutritionist. Myth number 1 is to eat less than 1,200 calories per day. Now, I know you may think that for weight loss, you need to eat 1,200 calories or less. There's a lot of that myth out there on the internet, but that is not true. When we do a crash diet where we're not eating very many calories, sure, you may lose weight quickly, but you don't develop any habits, so you end up putting the weight back on, and then we get into that yo-yo dieting, which is no good for your metabolism. So what we want to do is we want to select a weight loss goal that is 250 calorie deficit, less than what your body needs for your calories to maintain your current weight. I really like the Lose It app for calculating that. It's a free app. I have no affiliation. I just really like that app. So select the most relaxed goal for your weight loss goal in the Lose It app, and you will develop those long-term habits. Okay, let's talk about myth number 2. Myth number 2 is focusing on burning calories during exercise. Now, have you ever thought to yourself, okay, I'm going to go exercise, I need my strength, so I'm going to eat an extra snack? Or you exercise and then you think to yourself, I was really good today, I exercised, so I deserve an extra dessert. Those extra food, those extra calories from eating from those certain times really null out the calories that we burn during exercise. And the research shows that exercise is actually not important for weight loss, which I know is mind-blowing. I'll put the links in the notes below so you can read through some of that interesting research. So what I want you to do instead is to focus on exercise that you really feel good doing. So whether that's taking a walk, whether that is doing a yoga class, find something that you feel amazing doing, because exercise is very healthy, right? It helps us sleep, it gives us more energy, it's a good thing to do, but don't focus on doing exercise for those calories burned. Okay, let's talk about myth number 3. Myth number 3 is to avoid high-fat foods. Now, have you ever gone on a diet and limited yourself to kind of sugar-free foods, like rice cakes or sugar-free Jell-O? And while those foods can absolutely be part of a healthy snack or meal, those foods by themselves, I'm guessing, don't keep you full for more than a few minutes, right? So that is the benefit of high-fat foods. Cheese, nuts, avocado, those higher calorie foods actually keep you fuller for so much longer, so you're not as likely to snack soon afterwards. And the research has been debunked that higher fat foods are bad for our health. Okay, let's talk about myth number 4. Myth number 4 is to avoid all carbohydrates for weight loss. Now, you might see it's very popular in the news that carbohydrates are bad, but I'm here to tell you that no food is bad. There is no bad food. You never have to feel guilty for eating anything. Total calories does matter most for weight loss, so it is important to choose foods that are going to keep your body feeling its best and that are going to give you energy. So a lot of refined carbohydrate foods, a lot of foods higher in added sugars, aren't likely going to keep you full, right? Aren't likely going to give you energy for a sustained amount of time, but it's definitely okay to have them in smaller amounts. So for example, I have some potatoes here and a vegetable and chicken stir fry. Vegetables are also carbohydrates, so you're getting 2 times the carbohydrates here in this meal. I also have chips and cheese as a snack here. So the chips are a carbohydrate and the cheese is that protein and fat that's going to keep you more full. Okay, let's talk about myth number 5. Myth number 5 is to use diet supplements. Now, I see a lot of really sketchy supplements, like different kind of diet teas or supplements to take in order to help you lose weight. But here is the truth, is that weight loss comes from being in a calorie deficit, and our bodies really want those whole, real foods. You do not need any weight loss teas, any weight loss supplements. Please cut those out of your regimen. Okay, let's talk about myth number 6. Myth number 6 is you can't have a social life if you're losing weight. That is just not true. So what I see a lot of people doing is getting stuck in this black and white mindset with thinking that I can either go out with my friends and have tacos and margaritas, or I can lose weight and I can stay at home and eat bland chicken and broccoli and be miserable. And there are just more than those two options. There are about 100 options in the middle. So for example, a good thing to do is to plan your alcohol ahead of time. So think about, what drinks do you like, right? This is your life. You should be eating and drinking foods that are really exciting to you. So I love champagne. A good thing to do is to choose alcohols that have less added sugar. So kind of stick with the basics. Champagne, red wine, white wine, light beer, hard alcohol, and seltzer like a vodka soda. Stick with those basic ones rather than the ones with added sugar. But you really can plan for whatever you like. Total calories matters most for weight loss. Okay, let's talk about myth number 7. Myth number 7 is breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Now, if you physically get hungry for breakfast, I of course want you to eat. I would never want you to be hungry and not be eating. Weight loss is about feeling full and satisfied. But here's the deal, is that a lot of people are not actually hungry for breakfast. They just feel the need to eat breakfast because they've heard that phrase, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So I want you to eat whenever you get hungry. So if the first time you get hungry is 11 a.m., that's when I want you to eat. If you are going to eat breakfast at an earlier morning breakfast time, a good thing to do is to pair a higher carb food with a protein and fat, or to stick with protein and fat higher foods. So for example, you could have a yogurt with some crushed nuts. That's a good higher protein, higher fat snack. You can also do 2 hard-boiled eggs and a guacamole packet. That's that good protein and fat source that will keep you full until lunchtime. Okay, let's talk about the next myth. Myth 8 is to eat many small meals instead of larger, fewer meals. Now here's the truth with this, is that every person is different and different ways of eating work for different people. So maybe you prefer to eat lots of small meals during the day and that's what your body likes the best. But for a lot of people, it actually is healthier to eat fewer meals in a more structured way. So for example, breakfast at 9, lunch at 12, a snack at 3, and then dinner at 6. A good thing to do is to allow your body to go through its natural cycle of hunger and fullness. So you can think about the hunger scale, which goes from 1 until 10. 1 is starving and 10 is stuffed. You want to stay in the 3 to 7 range, and so allowing yourself to get a little bit hungry and then a little bit full with structuring your meals and snacks out with those 3 to 4 hour increments can be a really healthy way to do that. Okay, let's talk about myth number 9. Myth number 9 is to stop eating after 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. or whatever you've heard. Now here's the truth, there is no magic time to stop eating. Your body doesn't think about food differently, whether you eat a sweet potato at 10 p.m. versus 6 p.m. But here is the good thing about creating structure in your day, particularly at nighttime. When we have structure in our day, when we make that plan for structure ahead of time, we typically are able to eat foods in amounts that feel best in our body. So for example, if you're eating late at night and you didn't plan for it, you're probably eating something like chocolate or like ice cream, right? Which can be part of a healthy day for sure, but a lot of times we are overeating. So if you want to plan for something to eat after dinner, that's totally fine. Just plan for it ahead of time. Remember, total calories matters most for weight loss. You can plan in whatever you like. Okay, let's talk about the next myth. Myth number 10 is relying on willpower. Now, willpower is like white knuckling it. It's like resisting ice cream all day and then giving into it at night. And that just doesn't work, right? I'm sure you've tried that before. So what I want you to do instead is 2 things. Number 1, create a realistic, loving food plan for yourself. So I am not talking about creating a plan that is chicken and broccoli and that's all you're eating and no seasonings and no fun foods. No. Instead, I'm talking about creating a loving, realistic food plan for yourself with foods that you like the taste of all day long, right? This is your life. We live in the real world. And then number 2, I want you to switch your thoughts. from thoughts of restriction to thoughts of structure. You get to create whatever structure you want. You can create the structure that works for your life. All right, everyone, those are my 10 weight loss myths busted by a nutritionist. I'm so happy you watched it. If you liked it, please click the like button, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell button so you're notified of the next video, and I can't wait to see you next time.